Hey everybody, it's Pete. Welcome. It is Monday morning, October 5th, 2020. Well, we survived last Friday. It was actually a much more tradable Friday than you might have expected. We were really set up with a solid game plan. We reduced the stocks. We actually had focus on mostly day trading opportunities. Futures are actually trading up right now. The president did an impromptu motorcade, for lack of a better way of putting it, yesterday. So it seems like we are kind of still waiting for the actual prognosis. But if you saw the videos and watched some of the images, it seems like we are a little bit more calm than we were last week. Futures are actually up. ES futures are up almost 20 points right now. So we're kind of shifting back into normal trading mode today and for the week. But that doesn't mean that you can sit back and relax and say, hey, everything's good. We're just going to start buying stocks again. This market right now is very important to know two things. You need to understand that volatility is going to keep increasing, which means you're going to have to lower your share size to compensate for wider stop losses. And number two, stop losses. You absolutely need them in this market. I know there's this mentality around a lot of traders where they feel like that they could just get into the market and no matter what, the market's going to come back. Kind of validated right now with the fact that we did bounce back a little bit after we broke down, but that's not a strategy. I'm telling you right now, you need stop losses. You need to either have them in to scale out, have them in to get out. And then if you still like the idea like that, you can put an alert. And this is really kind of an advanced thing. If you get out of a trade, you get stopped out of a trade that you really like. Well, let's say everything lines up really perfectly. As soon as you get out, set an alert at a price you'd like to get back into that trade, and you'll never miss it. That's one of the biggest things that is an obstacle, especially for people in the boot camp who are newer to the boot camp, where I got these great ideas, got stopped out, and then watched the thing climb to infinity without me. That can easily be overcome just like that by setting an alert. You have your full-time job, maybe you're doing something else, and you're like, oh, I miss it. Have an alert. Even with today's technology, you can have an alert sent to your phone, or you can even put a buy stop up there for 100 shares. So let's say, for argument's sake, it travels up, stops you out, and you want to get in back up here again. If you're afraid to miss the trade or be alerted to the trade, put a buy stop up there for 100 shares, and you'll get an alert that you just got into a trade. Then you can evaluate if you want to add more to the position. So the conservative way would be to set an alert and then get back in. And the aggressive, I guess you might call it professional way, which is what I do. I actually set a buy stop at that price, and it pops up in my position summary. And then I can make some distinctions from there about adding and that kind of stuff. So, oh, by the way, if you find these videos helpful, definitely click down and subscribe. I would appreciate it. So we're actually going to head over to the charts. We're going to take a look. We actually have a pretty big list today and a diverse list of ideas today. So let's head on over and take a look at what we got. So you can see the futures markets. They're actually up. They're fluctuating between 19 and 21, but the bottom line is they're up, which is the unrest that we felt last week on Friday has kind of settled down a little bit. I don't think by any stretch of the imagination is gone. I really just believe that right now we're kind of calmed down after Friday. And I think over the next couple of days, depending on his reported condition and his actual condition, we'll start to have a much better feel. But again, I just can't stress this enough. Stop losses and increases in volatility are what's on the table for this week and probably right through the month of October, right through the election. So we're going to head over and take a look at some trades that we're setting up today. TWLO is number one. You can see it actually just punched through to all-time highs on Friday and on good volume. So any stocks that traded and closed strongly on Friday are going to be a consideration today. Never mind a stock that actually punched through to new highs. So what is the trade here if you are not long? You don't just buy the open. You want the stock, especially on the breakout, you want it to go what we call well bid, which means above Friday's high, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and a higher close from Friday's close. So you could initiate on a break of Friday's high, or you could wait for the stock to close, be well bid, and initiate it on the close. One of the stocks that we're going to take a look at today that is in the news today with an acquisition, which had a $6 bullish trading range on Friday and very tradable. 158 is the new target that we're going to be looking for in Caterpillar. So if you're not in the trade, we're looking for a buy stop over 151. First target 158, and then above 160 looks much better. Make sure you're disciplined with when you get into the trade. Very important. OMI setting up a pullback, I guess you would say, after a serious run from $8 to 17 to 20, let's say 26. Didn't quite give us an inside day, but it did pull back, did pause for a couple of days. So we're looking for this to be what we call well bid intraday on the 5-minute chart to look to initiate a new day trade. If you're looking to swing trade it, I wouldn't do anything until it gets above 25. JKS, my gosh, the stock is just a little bit long in the tooth. We actually said on Friday it's an excellent stock to be considering day trading right now. It's not a stock I'd be looking to initiate a new swing trade on right now. The percentage move in such a short period of time, it's basically doubled in the last 2 weeks. The stock needs to consolidate. Shouldn't say needs to. The stock will most likely consolidate over the next few days, giving us a better opportunity to look to initiate a new swing trade. If you happen to be long the stock already, I was saying it last week, you don't have to get out of the stock. Trail it higher, trail it higher, trail it higher, trail it higher. And as it's moving in your favor, there has to be a dollar amount that if you're a swing trader looking for it to pull back. But again, this, whether it's on your list or not, it needs to be on your list. Day trading it again today. These lower openings have been providing a really good opportunity to buy. So these solar stocks keep run on the list as well. Run pulled back a little bit on Friday, but that was with most of the news. You can see it's actually higher again. I was really hoping for a decent pullback. If you're not long the stock above Friday's high at 80 is the new place to initiate a new swing trade. Discover Financial Services had a beautiful, beautiful breakout on the weekly chart on Friday. So above 62, if you're not long the stock, would be the new entry. And you can see that there is room to go to 75 to 80 in that area. So we've got some room there as well. Peloton, got a big list today. Peloton, well bid. The entry for a good swing trade was here. So we kind of missed the perfect entry, and it's going to open higher again today. This would be a little bit more of a day trading stock right now because it's already gone roughly $9 of what we projected to be a $16 move. So more than half of the move is in there already. If you decide to swing trade this above Friday's close, you would lower your exposure because it's already gone 50%. So you have to work your order there, and that's actually good professional trading. Lennar popped through the list again as well, finally broke through. We had an 80-25 buy stop last week that triggered. Not exactly flying in our favor, but still in our favor. Friday was what we call a bullish engulfing candle, where it completely engulfed the previous candle. A bid above Friday's high is still a good trade. ENPH, sticking with that sector, still looks good as well. The problem with ENPH, like some of the other stocks in the sector right now, is it's gone so far so fast, it's very difficult to manage the risk. So if you're going to partake in a little bit longer term trade here of something that we might call a swing trade, it's imperative that you reduce your share size here and only add as it moves in your favor, because the odds of this pausing or going sideways are pretty good. Let's see, Square is another one that actually had a very close to new all-time high. So obviously you have to love a stock at or near all-time highs. And it's trading there pre-market. So the gap higher needs to hold the opening bid to initiate a new trade. D-Dog is one that I'm getting a lot of feedback on. Had the news, deal with Microsoft. That's why it exploded here last Wednesday. Thursday and Friday actually held the bid, opening a little lower today. I still like the stock long, but you have to remember here, this is a news story. It's not just trading right off of the charts, because there's something different. There's a different catalyst behind this that has made it explode through. You see there was the $95 resistance level that we had. Still like the long, just make sure that you have your, again, like it's going to be the theme of the whole thing, have your stops in there. ETSY, Etsy actually gave us a beautiful consolidation after a breakout. So now we're looking for it to be above 132, which is going to actually open up above that level. So again, as long as it opens up above the range that we're looking for, you have to make sure then if you're going to initiate a new day trade, it has to be above the opening price. DKS, Dick's Sporting Goods, actually not quite an inside day, but 2 days of consolidation at new highs. Love this one as well. Roku has been in our list every single day for the last few weeks. Really solid close. 200 was really the level we were looking for it to get above. Finally got above it. Also opening higher today. Pinterest, not one that I've been trading a lot. Actually traded into consolidation on Friday. This is one of those stocks that you're probably better off watching on the weekly chart. It's a little bit cleaner on the weekly chart at or near all-time highs. Actually, this time it is at all-time highs. You can see how much easier it is to recognize on the weekly charts. This is not a stock that you'd be like, oh gosh, this thing's going to move a big percentage in my favor. It's going to slowly keep grinding in your direction. Really just a question of, do you want to tie up capital in a stock that moves $2 in an entire week? Completely up to you. And last but not least, we're going to finish up with APPS. This is another one that was a $10 stock not too long ago, had a nice bounce back, holding the bid and sticking up near these all-time highs. So another stock that I like on the long side as well. So let's not forget what the big mantra is right now between now and the election. So we're kind of in the first full week of October, trading into the November 4th election for presidency and the president's health, actually, at this point, and the debates that we have going on. There's a ton of stuff going on. So I can't implore you enough. Make sure to use stops. You can use them to scale out. You could use them to get out, set alerts, or set buy stops if you want to get back into a trade that you get stopped out on. A lot to do today. I think we're going to have a really exciting month of October to trade. Have a great day, everybody.